What's going on, everybody? It's your boy C-Zar, and we are talking about 5 different crypto mining stocks today. We're going to be starting it off with Wolf for Keltinger, Bitfarms, Hut 8, Hive, and Cypher for Ali Massar. Hit that like button, you guys. Subscribe if you want to. You know you want to. And let's get started. Let's get into this. Yeah. Happy Labor Day, everybody. Labor Day, we didn't have a stock day today. Tomorrow will be the opening of the week, which will be Tuesday. Okay. I am going to post this video as if it were, no, I guess today, Monday's fine. But anyways, irrelevant. From a high to a low, you're at your 61869 area, found resistance, pulled back to your 0.5. This is a very common maneuver to make. This is like literally an ideal situation, right? You literally went down, found your support, right? Bounced, whatever. Went to your 382, found resistance, went to your 236, found support, and went right to your 618. I talk about this exact scenario playing out all the time, and then it goes a step further. After you interact with this zone, it doesn't matter where in this zone. You happen to go to the exact top, you really interacted with the whole zone, but it can be a brief moment in that zone. You can live in it like this, whatever, but when you pull back, you tend to pull back either to the 0.5 or the 382. And here's the difference. Okay, here's the difference, right? Zone specific lines. Okay, so it's less common to pull back to the zone in between the 0.5 and the 382. It's more common to go right to the 0.5 or the 382. In this instance, yes, you fudge the lines a little bit, but where you're closing the daily, and being that this stock isn't the highest market cap stock, I mean 1.6, that's pretty decent. It's not a low cap stock. Maybe with inflation, I don't know. But it looks pretty clean, is what I'm trying to say. You absolutely could have found your low right there. I have no problems with that. If not, you might go to around 381, around that area there. I could see that happening. Looking at the daily RSI, though, I'm not so convinced. Looking at the price action where you are, I'm not so convinced. No, I don't like the 4-hour. I like the 3-hour for stocks. I like the RSI too. So let's see what Wolf does next week. I'm curious to see. I think Monday and Tuesday will really determine what this thing's going to do. But if you can stay above this 0.5 and start moving up and get above this 618, you're probably going to move up to about 540 to 590, somewhere in that range. That's your next target area. Being that you've respected this so well, I wouldn't expect anything else. If you don't do that, if that's not your next heading, which would probably happen sometime in the 2nd to 3rd week of September at the rate of growth that you're seeing, if it doesn't happen like that, 2nd to 3rd week of September, it's the 2nd day right now. By the time you watch this, it'll probably be the 3rd day. By the time this thing has a new day printed, it's the 3rd day. So really only like, I guess it's like not even a 2 weeks away, right? 2nd to 3rd week of September. The 3rd week would be 2 weeks away. A little bit more than 2. I don't know. Anyways, I'm getting caught up in the semantics. What I was trying to say, if you don't do this, maybe you do this first. You come to the 382, and then you do that same thing. So one or the other, but with the way the chart looks right now, I'm inclined to believe you're not going lower. I'm inclined to believe that's your low, and I'm inclined to believe that you're going higher. So that's that. If you like the video, oh yeah, that's that for Wolf. That's not the video, guys. That's not the whole video. Bitfarms here. On a daily perspective, looking a little bit different, looking like it wants to go down, I would say. We take the high, the relative high, right, to the relative low. Right? This is a relative high too, but I think this is the high of this move. This was not the high of that move, right? So I'm going to take that high. And it looks like you're holding support right on the 382. That's nice, actually. I actually don't mind that. Okay, your RSI looks bad. Your RSI tells me you want to go lower. And perhaps you do. What are you doing on this very relative fit? You're at that 382 though, man. You could go all the way down to 190, 195, somewhere in that zone, around this red line, right? Which is at 194, 190, 195, whatever. You don't have to hit it exactly. You could go a little bit below it, but close to that line nonetheless. That could be where you're going. But just with where you are, I would really like to see you have a green day. So I'd like to see you hold this line. I really would. But who cares what I'd like to see? Let's look at the other stuff. I mean, as far as RSI goes, on all the time frames, I can't be bullish on it. So I'm going to guess $1.95. If you hold this line, if you don't break below 215 on a daily closing basis, if you don't do that, then you're going up. You're probably going up to this area, if not higher, right? Because you already interacted with the 618 itself. But I'm gonna say 194. 194 is what I'm thinking. 194 around that area for Bitfarms. Okay. over the coming days, maybe even the coming weeks, right? Hut. Hut also not looking the best. I would assume it wants to go a little bit lower. What's with all these other circumstances that come up after I say my thought? Let's see, low to high. You might not go lower. I might have been wrong. The daily RSI doesn't look good, but where you are in the price action looks really nice to find support. Where you are on the fib from a low to a high, right at the 618 to 69 area, the golden ratio pocket, having like a double bottom here, it looks pretty good too. You could go lower. You absolutely could, but based off of this look, I'm having a hard time thinking or conceiving of an idea that you would go to your 786, 886 zone. I realize that's not the straightest line, but even if I curved it down, you know what I mean? Like, but the daily would suggest that you go lower than this. So I'm curious, man. I'm really curious to see what happens. I take it back. I take it back. I think this is it. I think you're in your low zone, and I think you're going to move up from here. So the targets that you're going to move to, high to low. And this gives me less confidence. The more of these miners that look bullish, the less confidence I have in the miners that I'm predicting to be bearish. But some of them can be bearish while others are bullish. That happens. That happens all the time. So, but they move together somewhat too. And it's not all of them. It's like Hut and IREN and Wolf, they move together. And then like Clean Spark, Marathon Riot, they move together. And sometimes they all move together. I don't know. There's other ones that I'm leaving out too. But high to low, I'm expecting where you are now, your next target area would be 1560 to 1650. And that probably happens sometime either this month or next month, you know, over the coming days and weeks, months, I guess coming month, maybe, month and a half. I don't know. Could be less time, right, if we're talking about a move like that. From where you are now, which is basically there, to up here at the 618 zone, you basically did that in literally from the course of June 12th to June 27th. So yeah, all in the same month. You made that same move that I'm calling for, right? In like less than 2 weeks time. So would that be that'd be a little bit more than 2 weeks. Actually 2 weeks and a day, but still. Yeah, I'm not saying it has to move up that fast, but it can. And perhaps it moves slower at first and then moves faster later, and then you find resistance, and then, you know, whatever. Maybe it takes a month and a half or two, but I would think in September, October, sometime either this month, if not early next month, I'd expect you're in this price zone between about, what is that, 1560 and 1650. Yeah. Hut, that's Hut. What just happened there? Come on now. What happened? Give it to me. Oh, okay. Hive. Hive on a daily basis on the RSI. I don't like the RSI. I don't know if I like the price right now either. Yeah. Okay, so yeah, you're doing, I would throw it in there with Wolf. I don't know if I said it too. Shout out to Keltinger and shout out to Ali Massar. I'm doing these for you guys. Again, it's not common to find support in between the zone, which is what it's looking like. Not common doesn't mean it can't happen, so let's not just throw it out the window. But the idea, looking at this ideally in my head, what I would think is you're going to go at least to 293, and I'm probably hold support there. Not even at least, like that's probably your zone, and then bounce from there. That it looks so good doing it like that. But you did find support. You tipped your 123 moving average, this green line here. But is that just a coincidence? I don't know. You found significance on it once before, I guess here. Holding it as support here. Okay, so you choose when you do and when you don't want to respect it, and this could be a time where you respect it. So I don't know. I generally wouldn't expect this. I wouldn't call for this thing to not hit the 382 and then move up, but I might call for it to move up, honestly. Let's look at the 3 hour. The RSI doesn't look good on the daily, and I'm not a big fan of the 3 hour, but it's got some stuff going for it, to be fair. As does the 1 hour. I want to see, I'd like to say like the same thing as Wolf, you know, like give it 2 days. I want to see what it looks like. We'll probably talk about this on Thursday or Wednesday, Thursday, whenever I do the requests, because tomorrow won't be enough data. I mean, tomorrow could be, if tomorrow closes down here, then cool, that's the low. If tomorrow moves up and it's above the 0.5, well, then that really suggests that that's the low too. I don't know. If tomorrow's just neutral more or less and it doesn't really close above this line nor at this line, it doesn't give us much. I'd say let's wait 2 days and figure it out. But if I had to guess, if I really had to guess, I might think you could be moving up from here. You could be, which is not a normal call for me. That kind of goes against the grain for me, and I don't normally do that, but this might be one of those exception times. I'm feeling it. So if not 293, you're at 312. If I'm wrong, you don't move up immediately from here, cool, I'm wrong. You went down just a little bit. You're at 312, you went down to like not even 20 cents lower, 19 cents lower technically. So yeah, not that bad. What is that percentage wise? I mean, it's not ideal, but whatever. 6.6%. It's nothing to get scared about, especially in the crypto markets. Again, in case I'm not clear, because I feel like I wasn't up, is what I'm calling for. Target would be 390 to 421, something like that. Hive. Cypher. We'll finish this bad boy up with Cypher. Cypher also looking like it wants to go down. I don't like the daily RSI. I'd throw this one in there with Bitfarms, right? Then you look at the price action, and it kind of looks like it's in an area where it would make sense to find a low. I don't know. Cypher could be in trouble, guys, because what it did here, right, is it formed a shelf, pretty well respected shelf until it broke, and it broke with decent volume too, which is crazy. It gave it back immediately. That's what they call a fake out. And fake outs aren't the best thing. They're not the best thing. And you broke it with a good bit of volume, it looks like, but really you look at it on the daily, and it's like you broke it with decreasing volume, and your most volume came on this high wick day. Let's look at the 1 hour. I'm curious. Get a little bit of a lot of selling, man. A lot of selling. Probably. I mean, every sell's a buy anyways, but I don't know, I'm getting caught up in little things. Lower. I'm going to call for this one to go lower. Yeah. I'm going to guess $3.10 to 281. If I'm wrong, then you'll hold the 346 area. You'll hold this zone, and then you'll move up. If I'm wrong. If I'm right, 310, 281, that's where I think you're going, somewhere in that zone. And that's it, guys. That's all I got for you. So if you like the video, hit that like button. Subscribe if you want to see more content like this. Leave a request in the comments if you're feeling frisky. Go for it. And I will see you guys on the next one. Take care of yourselves. Bye-bye.